I'm from a little village called Laagdal, and we had a river, a very small river, the Laak, the Grote Laak, and it was polluted during my childhood. Actually, we had special classes in elementary school where they teach us not to play next to the river, or certainly not in the river. This, of course, influences a little child. If you care and you know and you see the problems, and then you go to university to study the problems, like I did. I went to university to study environmental science. Then, then of course, you want to make an effort. You want to do something. I worked for NGOs. I did it. I did the typical stuff as a volunteer, and also tried to get a job at the NGOs. But at the same time, when I was studying, I already had a little enterprise going on. I was very little. I was giving cooking classes. I really liked having this little business. I'm very result-minded, actually. We have 3 different kinds of ecological philosophies. They've named them into 3 different colors. And the one I'm in love with a lot is the dark green philosophy. It's about consuming less. It's actually really going back to nature, to go back to basics thing. Anyway, this philosophy, although I love it very much, it is really not possible to implement it in our society. And in the 80s we got this big movement, actually it already started in the 70s. This movement, they call it the light green philosophy movement, was about, okay, so here we are in the situation. We do have a nice life, but let's try to inform people about what's going wrong, and let's try to change people themselves so they would consume differently, so they would take care of what they do. The light green philosophy movement is still the biggest one now, but it takes a very long time to change things. So since this new millennium you have a new color. It's called the bright green movement, and this movement exists out of things like the Hub, for example, social entrepreneurs, people starting businesses because they actually understand that it's much more the offer that's in our little stores or the supermarket that actually steers our demand. I mean, consumption is something we do, and we have this. We are in a very comfortable place in the Western world. We have transport, means of transport. We have our friends. We have food. We have shelter. We have clothes. We have everything, and it's good. It's good. It's not bad. But I just read an article about how the neoliberal movement is destroying European welfare states, and it is true. And that's not good though. But the neoliberal movement we experience now is much more influenced by big business than a small business like mine. There's a big difference between Business Europe and entrepreneurs. Business Europe, these guys aren't really entrepreneurs anymore. I mean, these companies are so big that they're too big to fail.